Okay, got it fixed. Now it's playing back much faster. Alright, so the next trade that I took was WB. It said very good volume. It's not more volume than TSN was, so I don't know where the very good came from. It didn't have any news on it, so that's obviously something that I need to look out for. Gave it another confidence of a 4. Time of day was a 2, so it's just before 9 here. Looks like this market was at a 1. My risk was 82.60, risking 40 bucks on it, 40 cents. Looks like it went in my favor, 33 cents. So at one point I was up right where I needed to be, really. Oh, what was that? Okay. And I ended up getting out with a big loss of $40. So clearly something went very wrong in this trade. So what happened? WB, Chinese internet stock. I know, I didn't know it at the time, but all of the Chinese internet stocks were moving up. And that's all I got on it. So let me see if we can find anything out here. This was the 7th. China earnings in focus. So it looks like all these Chinese internet stocks had a big earnings week this week. Deadline. Class action lawsuit against. Alright, well that's not gonna load. So another thing that I want to look at here is the SPY during the time here. So go to the 15 minutes. Actually, go to the 10 minutes. And we got 7 here, so we had a red candle down, and then we were moving up. Moving up pretty good on the SPY here. And it was on the 7th. So this candle here, it looks like we were pushing towards the all-time high. And look at that, we broke out at the high. Now we're pulling back pretty hard here. We'll see what happens later. So let's see what happens. Alright, so I wanted to get in at 8.3. We had the break. Buyers don't really look like they're coming in. Bids moving up. See a pretty decent sized seller there at 20. Have to see how it acts. Broke through the 20, hopped up to 33, 35, 39. Buyers there at 20. The big size buyers look really good. The volume is dead though. There's no volume on that breakout. Now we're kind of stuttering here. Buyers came in, good sign. Seller there at 31. So now we're just trying to hold above 83, it looks like. But I mean, there's no volume. And that volume is something that I should be paying attention to, like that. So now we just want to check and see if we can hold the 83 level. You see all that support there at that 73 level, and then there's a big seller there at 88. That's a good sign to get out. I broke through him though. Back up to 83. Buyers are still there. You can see all the green for the big size time and sales looks really good. And then we got the huge seller there that was stopping me out. And then we just broke down hard and broke down again even further. So what happened later on that trade? 9, 8, 7. So I took it over this 83 mark here. I had a really big pullback, almost down to the whole number, and then I mean for the rest of the day it was trending up. I just couldn't hold that 83 at that time. I don't know if my 1 minute chart will go back that far. Yeah, it will. So I had that breakout, and I mean it pulled back all the way down to even below yesterday's close. Came back up to test the 83 again. I'm not gonna say I should have held on to that stock for the entire day. You know, the way that I trade is I try and get that breakout up until my target profit and then take my profits. But obviously if there's something telling me that I should get out when I should get out, there wasn't really anything telling me that I should get out in this trade. I mean, I absolutely could have prevented it from going that far against me and turning into, you know, a $40 loser. I mean, how high did the bid go? Got up to 23, 24, 33. Got up to 33 and I didn't take my profits. You can see I was up, there it is, I was up 50 bucks on the trade, which is usually exactly what I'm looking for. I think I just held on for more. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what I did. I held on for more because I thought it was going to go higher. I ended up not taking my profits, and I think in this market, especially with my experience too, in the current way that I am. Hold on a second. Look at this. Lightspeed is showing me that that candle for this volume is this breakout. But later on, now all of a sudden this breakout, oh no, it's still the same one. Never mind, I thought I saw something different. But yeah, in this market, I don't think I need to be holding on for more. I can hold on with my partial, is what I need to be doing, but I need to take my target profit whenever my target profit gets hit. But other than that, there wasn't really anything that was showing that this trade was a bad trade, I guess. It's just the volume on the breakout was bad and the SPY wasn't super strong, but I think everything else around it was pretty strong. Maybe, so this is still at 7. Okay, cool. It's still at 7 here. I mean, around the same time, BABA was pretty strong, JD was pretty strong, NTES pretty strong, YY pretty strong. There's one more, Baidu. So I mean, all of these Chinese internet stocks are really supporting what I'm wanting WB to do. It's just that volume on this breakout was the killer. If this volume was way up here, plus just the volume in general, and this stock wasn't even, That's another thing I didn't even pay attention to. What's going on? 8-7. Oh, that's yesterday's close. Okay, so yeah, this stock was up, you know, 5%. So, all right, well that ended up for the Monday. So definitely, TSN should have been a small profit, while WB should have been a profit. So there's those two mistakes. I'm trying not to focus on the outcome as opposed to what I was trying to go through in the process, and really just what I'm seeing. So let's see. This needs to go faster. So, come on. August 8th, I took one trade. I took AA for a long. My risk was 89. I was in at 99 with 500 shares. It got up to my target profit, and I let it run all the way against me. So, obviously, just without even looking at this trade, I should have taken profits when I had the chance to take profits. Also, I did take this course trade. I didn't put it on there, but I panicked and clicked the button. So I mean, I was a $37 loser. I should have never even been in. So we're just gonna ignore that. So looking at AA, obviously in at 39 here. Volume is absolutely dead. Only up 2.65%. I know my minimum is 2. The SPY is down at the time. So this was the 8th, and I took this at, it is 9:20. The 8th at 9:20. So the SPY is definitely down a little bit. It's this 9:20 because Lightspeed gets the times mixed up sometimes. So we got 10:20 instead. So the SPY is a little bit down. I mean, it's moving up. We are at the all-time high, I believe, on the 8th. Yep, we were pushing the all-time high. I believe we almost were just on the verge of breaking out of it. So definitely still a bullish signal. And this was AA. So what did I write? I wrote aluminum is up. The daily is good. The SPY is moving towards yesterday's close, also at the all-time high. Go to 430. So I got the aluminum. This is the 8th. Alcoa unable to hit new highs on the first try. So there was no news on this. There was no news, and I believe it just popped up on my scanners. I mean, clearly it's got a great uptrend going. So I'm in there. Stop loss is below these candles here. Tons of sellers up here. I don't know what the other good aluminum companies are. Only a few. So we were looking at AA. ACH is the big one in China. So ACH and ARNC at 9:20. On the 8th. So I mean, everything's moving up. These were popping up. What was this? ARNC. Same case here. I mean, aluminum is screaming up, so definitely not a bad setup. There's just no news on it. Which I also need to make that clear on whether or not it needs news. Because this was all yesterday. And Lightspeed's showing up. Actually, yeah, let's so I was definitely looking at this T-Ameritrade. I mean, this isn't really news. AA, Alcoa, and Arconic were net sold. during the period. Trend direction positive, range is high, bullish investors, IMX, so it's a small cap stock, or not small cap, mid? Can't remember which one is which, but either way there's really no news on it. The daily was really good at the time. At least it's breaking out of here. I took it, not that one. I took it at 39. So maybe we're right about here. Definitely need to be worried about that and how high it spiked and then came right back down. Plus we've been at this level before. So there's been some action around it. Not horrible. As of late it's been up. Everything else in the sector was moving up. So let's just see what happens. If I remember right, this trade actually went by pretty quick, so I'm going to go normal speed on this. So we got buyers coming in at 99. The sellers are gone, the big ones anyway. So we break out, buyers coming in, 39. Looking really good. I didn't set up my big size. That's a mistake. Huge volume on the breakout, absolutely a good sign. A little bit of sellers here. We're kind of matched. Pulling back. Getting underneath the 39. Absolutely liking the volume on it. Just obviously want to see it keep pushing higher. Sellers and buyers, sellers outweighing a little bit. Alright, I lied. We're gonna make this fast again. Buyers coming in, sellers are kind of gone. No real pullback there, that's a good sign. Buyers still outweighing, buyers heavily outweighing now. We got tons of them coming in. Now I push that in. 39, some big buyers out there, not really too many big shares coming in. Huge seller there, doesn't matter, broke through him, good sign. Buyers really coming in now. Still there. No resistance. Still looking good. I'm a penny away from my target profit, and I click the button because that's what I do. I always click the button at my target profit because that's what it's for, is my target profit. And in this market I need to click the button and take my money, and I didn't do it. So now what mistake did I do? Still looks pretty good. Now the buyers are kind of gone. Sellers coming in. Big seller came in up there. Buyer still looks like okay. Still nothing wrong with the buyers. Now the sellers are really starting to come in. Now we're just seeing a pullback, sellers still pushing it down. Big buyer there at 95. Still got the sellers. If the 95 gets broken after something like that, I should definitely be thinking about getting out. and he did, and I let it run all the way down. Alright, so obviously mistake on that was not taking the profits, not selling even earlier when I didn't sell in the first place, so that was ugly. Alright, now I got August 9th. Took 3 trades this day. First was EVH. So what we got? Looking at EVH. For a low of day breakout, wall breakout, breakout down. Both cases gave them both a 3s, 3 in the middle of the day. SPY is down, shorten them. First trade, risk was 25, I was in at 19 even. Definitely consolidating here. Volume is decent, again, not as much as I'd want to see. SPY is definitely having a down day. This is the 9th. So looking at the 5s on the 9th, not that, this. It was 8:59 a.m. Is that right? Okay, yeah, we haven't even gone through a full 30 minutes of the day yet, so SPY was definitely being dragged down on the 9th. It didn't gap down, I don't think. Oh, it did gap down a little bit. So it gapped up, pulled down, pulled down. Started pulling up a little bit here. Kind of making a new high a day. Still down on the day overall. So EVH. Also, what did I write? It is a technology, healthcare, information services. The day before, plunging today, post a loss as expected, so it had a bad earnings the previous day. This isn't what I want. CERN, EVH, USA, down. What's the performance like? Performance for past week, absolutely helping out. So, I mean, definitely not a bad setup. Bad earnings, bad everything, really. So, really, it was not a bad setup. Not a bad setup at all. Where am I looking at? On the 9. It's right about here underneath the 19. Still trending down at the time. It's down 4%. So really it does not look like a bad trade at all right now. Volume's a little low, so that's something I need to be paying attention to. Tried to put in a limit order at 05. I got filled at 10 somehow, someway. It immediately runs against me with a lot of support up there at the 20. And it just goes right against me immediately. Alright, so that was... what was that? What would I describe that as? I tried to get in at 5. With a market order, and the market order wasn't getting me filled. So this was me anticipating the move. Also, I wrote down it bounced off of 19. It was coming back down, and it was volume was good. Volume is okay. Volume's not good. So yeah, I got in. I tried to anticipate the breakdown, and that was just a little unfortunate. I think that's just a loss that I would have had to take, really. I mean, there's nothing I could really do about that one. That was just me trying to get in a little bit earlier than I guess I probably should have. Maybe my stop loss was a little too tight. I mean, it only went up to 25. It didn't even go up to 30. So Maybe I sold too early as well. But I believe I still watched this, trying to get in again at some point. So now it's back down at 19 again. There's no buyers here, and the selling strength is huge. Buyers coming in still at 19. The SPY is dropping even harder now, so I'm in at 02. Sellers coming in here, the volume's looking much better. Lots of buyers are kind of popping up. Buyers getting eaten away. Looking about to break. Looks like we did break. Okay, now we broke. Sellers still outweighing them. Buyers coming back in after the failed breakout. Sellers still there a little bit. Now they're kind of leaving. Now the buyers are still up in there. I don't really know why I'm making my stop loss at 25, because the top is 25. Just because it reaches 25 doesn't mean the trade's bad. It has to break the 25 and get to 30. So I think on that first trade I should have made my stop loss 30 instead of 25. I'm not too sure why I got out there. Stock is struggling to move lower. Tons of buyers, tons of sellers. I mean, we're pretty much evenly matched. Buyers disappearing, sellers still there. The volume's kind of leaving. Nobody, I mean, the sellers and the buyers are there, but nothing's really happening. There's no real big volume spikes coming in. You can see on the breakout too. I mean, it just came up, shot straight back up. Volume was okay on it. I wouldn't consider it the best for a breakout. So maybe a trailing stop should be in order. I mean, after we had that big reversal too, I mean, volume just dropped dead off on the next candle. And now we're just kind of stuck here. Nothing's really happening. So I guess the question is, would this be a good time to just get out of the trade and just not worry about it anymore? I mean, the trend still isn't broken, and we're going to have VWAP support here in a second. It's just the volume looks bad. Sellers are gone on the 20, but they're all up in here. And I get out. I get out at the 25. I don't know why I get out at the 25, because there's all of that support. So I need to see what happened here. It looks like it kept moving. Was it the 9 here? Yeah. Broke out of the 25 and we ended up popping all the way back up, and it took until forever to come back down. I think this was just one of those trades where nothing really looked awful. The first trade shouldn't have been stopped out for a $37, $40 loser there. I should have made my stop at 30 because I had all that support at 25, and I didn't even wait to see if it was going to break that 25. I need to be writing this stuff down. Okay, so mistakes that were made. Not taking my profit when I should be. They're not super low volume stocks, but they're definitely not high volume stocks, so the volume needs to be better. And on this trade, it was my stop losses need to be placed better. And read the tape better for profit taking. I believe I took another trade today. And it was FGen. Okay, so I am longing FGen for a wall combined with a breakout combined with a bottom reversal. Now I'm taking a bottom reversal positive on a down day for the SPY. The SPY is down 46 points and I am fighting against the market for a reversal. Why am I doing this? SPY's not even, or what was this? This is the 8th, okay. This is the 8th at 9:39 or 10:29, so 10:30. 10:30, the SPY is really not giving me a reason to be taking this trade. Okay, well, first case, I shouldn't have even taken the trade because the SPY is not helping at all. I'm fighting against the market. I'm looking at it here. So I was looking at it on the 9th. We had a bunch of candles down. Then, am I looking at this right? Yeah. Bunch of candles down here at 10:30. So I was looking at it here for this. So we had 4 candles straight down. We were forming a doji. I was looking at it on the 9th. It's got 10:30. Still moving straight down. It's not looking bad. So what happened? Volume is dead. There's another mistake. Jeez. This is absolutely a bad trade. This is a trade I should not have taken. Volume's gone. Bunch of sellers here at 47 on a stock that's already. It didn't gap down. It started off doing a pre-market session. Honestly, I don't even need to look this stuff up. Really, there was no point in taking this trade. It was bad. It's a biotech. Reiterated by outperform. Wow, 30 to 80. Jeez. Leaps on results for pulmonary fibrosis. It reported a loss a couple days ago. I mean, I might look at this, but this stuff here. Some doing good. There's so many biotech stocks you can't even really. I wish I could show more. Export. Maybe there's a way to show more later. I'll have to look at it later. But I mean, volume's dead on this. At no point was I up on the trade. I just let it run straight to my stop against me. You can see there's only 3,000 shares being traded here. Still a bunch of sellers. Nobody's buying. Bids not tightening up. It already broke the trend. And it's already breaking out and moving me down, so I ended up getting out at 60. Alright. Well, that was clearly a bad day, so don't fight the market. Don't take stupid trades. So now we got the day number 75 here. Took Macy's. I took it short. I was in at 22. 22.20 was my stop loss. I was risking 40 bucks. Ended up getting a 94, and I ended up stopping out. Macy's on yesterday was the 10th. Look at all that news. Earnings. I remember this whole entire day, everything was moving down. I wrote bounce off the whole number. The sector and industry was down. Yes, it was. Room to 50, there was a bad daily. Broke, and I added on the limit. And I started testing the pullback. So I do remember that this whole day, all these department stores were down. You know, if I remember right, I know all the department stores were down, but I think they were even further their outlook, and they actually beat their earnings. So I'm trying to take a short on a stock that beat its earnings. I was looking at it at 22. Give me the 1 minute. So down here, 22. Very nice downtrend. The SPY on the 10th was also moving down and gapping down. So what happened? So I'm looking at Macy's. Bunch of buyers, bunch of sellers. Volume looks good. Kind of evenly matched, but there's the break. Nobody's really doing anything down there. Bunch of buyers. Still got some buyers in there. Moving back. Ooh, big buyer coming in there. But it broke. So we're holding this level pretty good. The volume's really moving. Another buyer coming in. 22. I'm not really seeing any selling strength. There's a big buyer at the 05 again. Somebody wants to push the stock higher. But we broke him again. And he's still showing up. So it looks better. Now we're moving up. We got a nice big seller there at the 10. They broke that. looks like we're getting ready to move back down again. Just all the buy-ins getting soaked up. So I had a breakdown on good volume, but now we're seeing a pretty big pullback here. Oh, and there's the big pop there. I saw this dude come in right here, and then that's what broke it. Well, it did break down and pop back up. Oh, I'm looking at it over here. And we're gonna look at it on this. No, that is right. So yeah, I mean, it did make a move farther down, but we had that breakdown and it just popped straight back up. It didn't break this candle or this candle. Maybe I made my stop loss too tight. I figured this was a good spot to, you know, think that'd be a good place to exit, but I mean, this is like the way up farther. I mean, if I wanted to play like the long-term downtrend move here, that would have been, you know, clearly the better one to pick here. I mean, this candle's high was 25 and we got up to 29. I wish I had the level 2 recording, because I'd like to see how it acted up around that area too. I don't know, because that's another one of those situations where almost everything looks perfect, except there was, well, even then it beat its earnings, but it didn't matter because the entire sector was down as well as the stock itself. And I think that's one of those things where you have to play the market. You can't really play what you think is going to happen, I guess. So maybe just because it has good news doesn't mean that it's going to have a good performance. I mean, obviously the good news makes it more likely, or you would think it would make it more likely to be moving up, but that's just one of those things where you got to play the market instead. I don't know. I'm not going to say I made my stop loss too tight on this one. I think that was just another one of the situations where that was just a loss, and that's just the other 50% of the losers compared to the winners. So I don't know. Maybe Macy's was just a loss, and that's just a loss that I just had to take on that one. It wasn't terrible. I mean, the volume was anywhere and everywhere. I mean, it wasn't permanently and totally in my direction. I think that was one of those stocks where I didn't really even need to move a trailing stop or anything like that. That was just a loss. So, I mean, obviously, the week was horrible. So, I mean, I'm looking to come back much better and stronger next week. This review session was really good. Mistakes that I made were not taking profits when I should be taking them. Volume needs to be better. Stop losses need to be placed better. Read the tape better for profit taking. When the market tells me to take my profits, I need to take my profits. Don't fight the market. Don't fight the SPY. Don't fight the sector. Don't fight the industry. Don't fight the stock itself. And don't force things. So, I mean, this was absolutely super beneficial for me. If anybody else is ever watching up until this point, I mean, congratulations. It takes a lot to watch, you know, a 50-minute video of somebody else reviewing all of his stuff. But thanks for watching, and I'll be back trading on Monday.